Was it that hard, Marvel? Was it that hard to make something awesome? Werewolf by Night. Probably the best thing to come out of Phase 4 since Spider-Man. Doctor Strange was eh. It was more of, I think it got more attention because of it going off the heels of Spider-Man. Alright, so I'm just going to give you a quick thing here. Like, legit. Like, literally, this was probably the best thing Phase 4 has done. That was a single production for Marvel. Because Spider-Man was still Sony and them. They had some very obscure characters. I'll say who they are, give you a quick review at the end. But they had some cool monster hunters. And it's a thing about them hunting a monster. It's a very particular monster, a Marvel monster. So, before I go into these quick details and tell you why I think it was awesome, it is probably the most, just to let you know, the most violent Marvel. Like, it's the actual closest to rated R we've seen. I'm talking like Daredevil Netflix level rated R when it finally pops off. So, just to give you an idea, very cool concept, very enjoyable, awesome. I give this a should buy. Literally, Thor Love and Thunder was like, had a couple good parts. It's over jokey. Gore wasn't used enough. It just wasn't that great. But this was good. It was short, sweet, to the point. If you like old monster movies, it was there. They even did a little thing from the black and white to something that was cool. It had like a touch of the Marvel tropes, but it didn't feel overused like a lot of the Marvel things where they just try to make themselves comedy movies or a thing and forget that they're actually a superhero thing. Hands down, 1,000 bajillion times better than She-Hulk, because She-Hulk has 1.5 good episodes. So if you want to know my rating, and then I'm just going to talk about a couple things, it's a should buy. There's a particular character on there that actually has their own movie prior to the MCU. But I'll tell you that in a spoiler in 3, 2, 1. I'm about to spoil. Okay. This movie was awesome. Alright, I've been waiting for Werewolf by Night because I was hoping he would show up in Moon Knight because that was a cool thing with Jack Russell, the character. I like monsters, so I like werewolves. They had Man-Thing in here. Now, I think I actually own the original Man-Thing. There was a Man-Thing movie in sci-fi where he was more of a horror monster, but it was because of the way things worked. This one, they had Man-Thing's fear burning thing. Elsa Bloodstone, who I loved. I have Next Wave, but I actually think that character is really cool, and I was kind of hoping Marvel would do more with her, so I'm hoping that we get more with her. This thing had none of that wokey woman power. It was just straight up, let's tell a cool monster story, kind of old school, but still set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And it worked. It's like Marvel remembered they were Marvel and not trying to tell me about how men suck or trolls in the internet or whatever. And they were just too busy trying to tell a good story. And it showed. The violence in here, there was gore, but not too gory, but there was like blood, gore. I was like, wow, like it actually played it up. Like you saw Werewolf by Night get violent. It was refreshing. I was like, Marvel took a risk and made something more rated R. I'm talking like you actually saw body parts coming off. And not just, at first it was like, oh, okay, no blood, so you see something. And I was like, okay, no blood, whatever. That's Marvel, or a very tiny bit. You saw a little bit. But then when it got off, which it was like, I was like, whoa! You literally saw things coming off of people and biting and this. And I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying every Marvel thing needs to do that, but this actually felt like they took a risk, which is what I've been wanting for Marvel for a while. I think that's part of the reason why Phase 4 hasn't been so well received. It's because they feel like they're following the same formula. Did this have some of the Marvel formulas? Yeah. But it wasn't jokey jokes. It was a little bit of fun, little commentary, little things here. But it felt like something different. Like Marvel used to feel. You watch a Captain America movie, one of the first 3 films, it felt like a spy movie. Yet, if you turned around and you watched Black Panther, it felt like a King movie, dealing with royalty. But if you watched Iron Man, it was about an industrialist. So watching Captain America and Iron Man felt like two different completely things, because this one dealt with espionage, this one dealt with industrialism and stuff like that. That like how Marvel used to be, everything felt different, and they weren't trying to preach at you, they were trying to tell you a cool story. That's what this felt like. This felt like a phase 1, phase 2 kind of thing. And I liked it. So, if you like old monster films, and I love how they play with the black and white and stuff, but if you want to see something cool, see some obscure characters that are really cool. Jack Russell got shine. I am so happy for that. Man-Thing got shine. Very happy. I like Man-Thing. Man-Thing is a very powerful character. He's the protector of the nexus of multiverse and stuff like that. Man-Thing has a lot of cool things. People don't realize that because Swamp Thing and Man-Thing came out around the same time. And Elsa Bloodstone, I was wondering how they were going to do her. She's not a redhead, like the comics, but she had her badassery. So, yeah. I would suggest, if you are a Marvel fan and you have been disappointed, watch Werewolf by Night. It's really good. Marvel, more of stuff like this. I hope the holiday special is good. I know Guardians is going to be good. James Gunn's doing it. But more of this. Less of this She-Hulk and this whole I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar weird thing when you're forgetting it's a superhero or a court drama. She-Hulk's not that kind of character. She-Hulk is a confident character. What makes her cool is that she becomes comfortable in who she is. And I feel like they lost that somewhere when they were too busy trying to own the trolls. And especially when they revealed the new villain, and it's like, what? She has a rogues gallery. You couldn't use the elephant person, Titania. You made her a one hit quit fight. Like, I'm like, come on, yo, make cool superhero stuff. That's what this was. It had that monster flair because Jack Russell is a monster. They did make him a little bit more traditional werewolf because he's supposed to be able to change, but his look and his hand, like they even had the hand thing right because Jack Russell, if you see the thing as a hand. Good job, Marvel. I want more of this. This was cool. If you like a Marvel thing, check it out. It's not gory all throughout, but it actually, it's people fighting with blades and weapons and stuff, and you actually see the effects of these things. Like, they took a risk, and like I said, this is rated R Marvel, and I liked it. And I thought they did a fantastic job on this. This was so refreshing. I was worried a little bit, but I like what I seen of it, and this was awesome. Legitimately, as of right now, this is probably the second best thing in Phase 4 since, like, it's the best thing since Spider-Man. And I would put Spider-Man of Phase 4 in this. Now, we still got Wakanda Forever, we'll see, but Spider-Man, Werewolf by Night, and everything else is down here. Doctor Strange is like here. Shang-Chi is also like there. Like, some of the stuff was meh, but yeah. Werewolf by Night, I had to make a video about this. Check it out. I was trying to work on some other stuff. I've been busy. You can see I'm in a new room. The room's not done yet. Still got stuff here. Trying to get things in together. I moved. I'm in a house. So yeah. Geek Protagonists, you stay safe, you stay healthy, you stay real. Check out Werewolf by Night. I actually enjoyed it. 52 minutes. It's under an hour. Perfect. At least how I felt. And trust me, I'm not saying you may think it's the greatest thing ever, but compared to what we've gotten, this was a straightforward, tell you a story, get in, get it in, get out. And I love that. And it was just telling you a story. It wasn't trying to tell you nothing. It wasn't trying to teach you about this person's better than that. It was just like, let's just do a cool story, a monster story with this. And I would like to see more. Definitely with Elsa Bloodstone. Hopefully she gets her 2 rifles and she starts doing her Monster Hunter thing. Actually, I would really like to see that. Oh, they should totally do a Disney Plus show for Elsa and have her just hunting monsters. And maybe that way you can have Blade show up instead of having, from what I understand, the actor being frustrated because you only had 2 fight scenes for Blade. And maybe you could have Blade show up and actually play up Blade and have him be Monster Hunter since Blade's a vampire hunter. I would watch that. If you keep it the way they just kept it, even if you brought back Jack Russell and stuff, you keep it that storytelling, I would totally subscribe to that Disney Plus show or movie. Geek Protagonists, you stay safe, you stay healthy, you stay real. Like I said, this is definitely a should buy. See you.